What's going on, y'all?
Good morning, everybody. It's great to have everybody here. It's great to have Torrey back at College Park. First of all, it's outstanding to have a Super Bowl champion back in the building here. We're excited to have you here. Torrey's had a decorated career in College Park, and he's had an outstanding NFL career. But one of the great things about Torrey and his wife Chanel coming back here as former student athletes is they've been such a great ambassador to our university, and they've meant so much to not only the College Park, but all of the DMV community. So it's great to welcome you back. I'd be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that Torrey and his family are hosting the 7th annual Torrey Smith Family Fun Charity Basketball Game, which he definitely wants to talk about today. That's March 17th, and that's going to be at Royal Farms Arena. So there's more information about that as well. But without further ado, welcome back, Torrey, and I know you have a few opening remarks that you want to make as we get started. Thank you for being back. And Torrey Smith,
First of all, thank y'all for even coming out here. Anytime I have the opportunity to come back to campus, I do, because this is home. As y'all know, I'm a Virginia boy, but I tell everyone I was raised in Virginia, but I became a man in Maryland. And this campus is a major part of that. This sports, everyone together, basketball, football, the whole, I want to say organization, talking pros, but the entire family is a major part of my growth. And some of the best relationships that I've created here have been long-lasting and will be forever. So College Park will always have a special place in my heart. Obviously, I met my wife here. She ran track at here. So for us, again, this is home. My two boys, all they're going to know is Maryland. We're building our house in Maryland, and we'll be around a lot more often when my cleats are hanging up. So thank you guys for allowing us to be here, and most importantly, that you're on these boards tonight.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. Thank you, Torrey. Anybody have any questions, please go ahead.
No questions? All right, guys, thanks.
Well, we have a question. Josh, you got a question up front?
Well, can you just talk about why the charity basketball game is so important to you, why back in Baltimore and things like that?
Yeah, so our charity basketball game it's our biggest fundraiser. But for me, we like to joke around and say it's a fundraiser because everyone can be there, from my 1-year-old to my grandmother. And it's a great family event. You have a bunch of guys from around the league. Specifically, I try to keep it as local as possible because that's near and dear. There's a lot of Skins fans, a lot of Ravens fans doing it in Baltimore. So we get a bunch of guys around to play some ball, and you get to see who's really good and also who's really bad. But most importantly, the guys are there. They're involved in the community. And for me, I know that's something I would have loved, to be able to see some guys who I look up to up that close and just hanging out and interacting. So it's a big deal. It means a lot to us. And it's a lot of kids that are there as well from donated tickets. We had the option to donate tickets at torreysmith.org. And last year there was over 2,000 kids there because people donated tickets. And to look around for me to see all those little kids is kind of reminds me of myself. You see hope, their eyes are lit up, and you don't know how just that one interaction may inspire them to do better things, to try to be in that position, or even to help others and elevate their community.
So, Torrey, how did it feel becoming a world champion the second time compared to the first time?
Oh, man. I don't think it'll ever get old hearing 2-time champion, because I've heard that twice, introduction. So thank you. That sounds good. But it's special, to win in Baltimore, a place where I wanted to play, a place where I wanted to be. And then to go to Philadelphia with one of the most passionate fan bases ever, and to be a part of their first Super Bowl, bringing the Lombardi home for the first time, it means a lot. That's my wife. My wife is from Conshohocken, right outside of Philadelphia, so I've been able to be around her family. My boys have been able to see their family, and it's been special. The team, the organization is first class, and I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to be there, to be a piece of it, and just continue to grow, because I became a better man by being an Eagle. There's a lot of great men in that locker room and in that organization.
Could you have imagined when you were here that this would be taking place today, that you'd be a 2-time champ, that you'd be helping kids through your name?
I'd like to say I would hope that I was doing that. But I'm definitely thankful and blessed to be in this position, and I understand the power that comes with that. I understand the reputation that this university plays in that as well. For us here, even our football program here, like charity work for me started in high school, but it continued on into college. And our athletes here were always very active. And to be given a voice not only in the platform to not only help people, but also to be a voice in a lot of the social issues and things too. I was talking to someone earlier, like when I was on campus, because of Jonathan England and Professor Brooks and over in Crim, like we used to have debates. Like as a student, I was the same person now. Like you just see the tweets, but as a student, I was very engaged in a lot of things. And this university was a major part of that, and honestly educated me on things that I didn't know and was curious about. So the university plays a special part in that, and sparking that interest more. But I also understand, again, just in general, because of my background and because of this position, it's not just for me. You have the opportunity to help others, and if you can do better, you do it.
Torrey, have you thought about the future with the Eagles at all?
No, we talked about it. I'm expecting to be back, but I know how the business goes, so there'll never be any hard feelings. I mean, how can you be mad at someone who gave you a chance and you want to ring with them? So I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm expecting to be back, and I definitely want to be back.
Pat, do you have a question in the back?
Yeah, Torrey, you mentioned how you're part of bringing Philadelphia or the Eagles their first Super Bowl, some of your connections to the city. But I'm just curious, what was the most memorable or the best fan reaction you've gotten since winning the Super Bowl from you?
Some of the best reactions to me have just been like just hearing about people who like visited their families' graves or talked about like loved ones who they wish were there. You know, it's very emotional. It's people who've been waiting. One guy, the first guy we saw, was like, I've been waiting 50 years for this. And like you realize how, you know, like I wish my dad could have been here. Like you realize how deep, like this simple game, the same game we played since we were a kid, how this impacts people's lives and how it brings people together. So that's probably the most special thing to me, seeing that parade. First of all, it's a gazillion people there. I've never seen that many people in my life. And you're looking around and like, there's all that happening. It's people from all different backgrounds, from homeless men to the richest folks in the country to black, white. It didn't matter. Everyone was all there together because we won a simple game. Like, that's crazy to me. And to know the impact and power that you have from sports, and you can bring that type of happiness, there's nothing like it.
Hey, Torrey, I'm sure you know, I've heard about the stuff around Michigan State and that kind of stuff. What do you think what do you think needs to happen, I guess, with youth athletes growing up between maybe their coaches or their parents to kind of ingrain with them, you know, how to properly treat women and even, you know, some kids you might not have the best resources to learn that stuff. What do you think should happen for that?
You talking about in terms of the doctor?
Just in terms of like, you know, some of the players being accused of sexual assault.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Michigan State highlights is like, again, we were talking about all the power and the position that comes with being an athlete. When a team, whether it's pro, college, or high school, whatever, when something like that happens, they talk about it. And the reality of it is, this isn't an issue. This isn't a sports issue. This is an issue in our society in general. So for me, it's not about highlighting what can teams do better. It's what can we do better. When it comes to sexual assault, my sisters have to worry about this. My boys, I have to make sure that they're treating women the right way. And I have to make sure that I'm carrying myself the right way so that a woman doesn't feel uncomfortable, that I'm not saying anything that may offend her. And I think it's just important to continue to talk about these things because, like I said, it's in every workplace. The same as domestic violence. This is everywhere. It's not just in the NFL. Like, it's everywhere. It affects all of us. And I think it's more important than anything to continue to talk about that versus what an individual institution is doing. Because, you know, as a college student, there are things that happen, and as men, we need to be the example, and we need to also be the voice to let our folks know, our friends know that what's going on isn't cool, and to handle ourselves the right way at all times.
We have time for one last question. Any other questions? Torrey, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back.
See?
Torrey Smith, thank you, everybody.